La 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 la. Oh, oh wait. Hello? Okay, is it working now? Hello? Is it working now? Can you hear my voice? If you can text in the chat and hear my voice, can you do so now? Because I'm not sure what's going on. I don't think I can use the camera. And, Oh yeah, it's working now, boys. Okay, there we go. Yeah, my God, sitting here the whole time talking to the damn camera with my headphones on, thinking that you guys can hear me. Ah, Jesus Christ. I don't really want to repeat anything I said, but I guess I will anyway. Welcome to the video. Okay, so I'm just gonna start all over. So practically, considering we're this far in the video and you guys didn't know anything I said, there was so much I talked about. I mean, I would just stand around and talk at times and you guys couldn't hear what I was saying. Jesus. Oh man. Okay, but that's besides the point. Okay, so I guess I should start off with saying that I've started a group for Dayz and Rust. It's for 7 days, Dayz and Rust. The price, I'm gonna turn up my gamma real quick and talk to you guys a little bit about what I was saying. So really, it's hard to explain now because there was so much I talked about. So a lot of the stuff I was saying was, oh man, so I talked about oh well, I'm gonna show you guys where to get a cement mixer and a workbench really quickly if you can make it to this house I'm at. If you can make it to the house, that you will see that when I spawn in, if you can make it to that house, then that's the house you can, this house. So if you can just make your way to this house on the map in Dayz game, or Novice game, whatever the hell you want to call it. If you can make your way here, the best way to describe it is that this is the cornfield right outside of the main city, or one of the main cities. And then there's a little gas station right here, and then you just take a left on the main road, and you'll end up here. Now, there was a lot of different stuff I talked about. I talked about what I'm going to build farm-wise, which is I'm going to clear out all this area. All this area is going to get cleared out. And, I mean, not necessarily on this game, but on the multiplayer game I'm going to play. But this is cleared out entirely. And what we're going to do is we're going to place wood blocks all across the dirt, you know? And then, after that, we're going to take sod, and we're going to make rows. And then in between those rows, we're gonna place water. And then you're going to take glass panels and sand to make glass. And you are going to fill in the 4 walls and the roof with glass. And that's how you make a greenhouse in this game. An irrigated greenhouse. And trust me, it works. It really does work, guys. I will show you guys some little examples of that. But we're gonna really want to be careful because Well, I do have zombies on. Now, if you have zombies off, you won't have to worry about it at all. You can just go to the 2 places I'm gonna go to and grab the workbench and the cement mixer. Now, if you have zombies on, you're going to want to be careful, especially when going after the cement mixer, because it is not the easiest process if you have zombies on, trust me. Nice, we got the pistol book. Okay, so once again, definitely with this place, you're gonna want to go around, pick up all this stuff, get rid of all this extra data that's in the game that doesn't really need to be here. Unless it's a container. If it's a container, don't get rid of it. Like that trash can. I know you guys might be like, oh, that trash can's worthless, but it's a container. Don't get rid of it. Unless you don't want it there. I mean, you could get rid of it if you wanted to. I'm not telling you like, oh, don't get rid of that trash can. Like, I mean, you can do whatever the fuck you want, but it's a container, and so it will respawn if you're not around. That's why I like to loot everything at my house and the nearby. Like, I loot this house, I loot the other 3 houses first, because then I can just stock up everything here in this house and then let it all respawn while I go somewhere else, you know? And I have the respawns on 5 days, so as long as I'm not here in this area for 5 days, it'll respawn, along with everywhere else. So you could loot, like, a bunch of random, what are they called? The bookstores. You could loot, like, a bunch of random bookstores in a row. And then after you loot those random bookstores, just go back to your house and just... I mean, you could literally just sit there if you wanted to. You didn't even have to do anything. Just wait the 5 days and bam, it's respawned again. Now, I mean, that's considered farming. And it depends on how you want to play the game, really. Now, the multiplayer game that me and my group are going to have, that's going to be kind of different. Because it's not going to be easy and it's not going to be hard. But this is going to be kind of more like the chillaxed version of, like, you know, the game that everybody wants but is never going to get, really, because everybody wants a game that's like 7 Days, but they want it to look good. They want it to play like, you know, like Ark or some shit, like Days Gone or something, you know, like Rust, you know, I mean, that's kind of the concept. Like, why is Rust more popular than 7 Days to Die? Because people want 7 Days to Die to be like Rust. That's why they play Rust, you know, and so that's kind of the point in this case. Shit, I just fucking walked right over that fire. Okay. But, so yeah, I talked about that. What else did I talk about before I got my mic working? So, the cement mixer, the workbench, I'm gonna show you guys where to get those. Oh yeah, building techniques. I was talking all about a bunch of different techniques I'm gonna show you guys, like the greenhouse, just built like different building schematics that I've actually learned from people over the years. Bunch of different shapes, like when you guys see this shit, it'll be like, man, that's not even a square, homie, you know, like, because people, they come up with crazy fucking shit all the fucking time. And my one friend, he showed me... We were playing random gen, and we had a well. It was a well, and you'd go down the well, and there'd be a bunker down there. And so we got everything set up. It was PvP, so we had our little land claim boxes set up by the doors and the ladder and the hatch and everything. So we pretty much had that place fortified. And he showed me a little building technique, which I'm going to show you guys. I'm not going to talk about it too much, because it's kind of hard to explain. But you could do it with wood, I think. Let me see if I can't. I'm going to go ahead and get out of this rain. Is it raining? It looked like it was raining over there. I swear to God it did. Yeah, look at that. Oh man, that's the shadow of the tree. What the what? Okay. Anyway. Yeah, so let's see if I can't show you guys how to do this a little bit. So you're gonna want full... yeah. Wait, no, hang on. What did we want? What did we do? I think this part actually comes up to you guys. You guys can either use the inside corner or the full part. I just have to remember how it went. Okay, so we'll do 10 of these. Yeah, 10. We'll do 10 of these. 10 of these plates. And you're gonna want to make sure that it's just the frame plate. You want to make sure it's the frame plate. And then you want to take the pillar 50s and you want to make just as many as you have. And oh, pooper scoops. Okay, I'll go get more plant fibers. But you want to match the outcome. So like have 10 of those 50 poles. You could use the 100 if you want to, but he showed me doing it with the 50s, and I actually really liked the way this was set up because it was really abstract, and it was also really strong for the start of the game because it's cobblestone. And you can do it, you can use it to either, like, you can use it as like, oh, okay, I'll just put that design around my house. You know, you can do it like that as like a layer, or you could actually just like build in the middle of it, have like go underground essentially. So you can do it either way. I'm gonna just do it right here a little bit. Get rid of this bird's nest. I don't like getting rid of containers, but for this purpose I will. Okay, so we're gonna make 4 more. And then for this, I'm gonna go ahead and use the inside corners just because I feel like they'll go off the ramps better, but that's what you're gonna want to do. So get all of these on the toolbar. And so you guys might actually really like this. I actually really enjoyed this. Now, which way it's facing, I don't think it matters. You know, so rather you have... Well, I mean, it does matter in a sense. You can have it either way. So you can have it facing like that or the opposite way. I'm going to go like this because it makes it easier to get out. If you have the ramp on your side, it makes it easier to get out like that. And then what you want to do is you want to use these corner pieces and then use another ramp again. And so kind of just keep doing that. And you can make it as big as you want. That's why I said, like, because I could just come up to this house and start building, like, place ramps across. And then what you'd want to do, so you get the ramps, right? And then you place these pillars. So you get the ramps, and then you place these pillars. And then what you do is you take these, oh, well, I might have messed up with the... Oh, no. Yeah, no, it's good. And then you just go along the top here like this. So like I said, this technique, very abstract. You probably won't see this anywhere else just because it's so different. I mean, I've only ever seen one person build like that, and it's the person who showed me. And then what you do is you just, you go around like that. So, like, that's why I said, because you could just do the same thing here. You could place a ramp, place a pillar, and then place a plate. And what that does is it keeps the zombies from being able to get in, but if you crouch, I am sure, hang on, I can't remember how we had it set up exactly now. I think we had one of these, yeah. So then it was just, you crawl up. Yeah, there we go. That's how we had it. And so the zombies, somehow, I can't remember how we had it set up now. But it was kind of like that, and somehow the zombies could not get into the base, but we could actually get out. So, gonna go ahead and get rid of this leftover here. And I'm gonna try to sit here and figure that out, how we had it, because I swore it was, like, on the tip top of it, like, right... Oh, hang on. It might be... Yep, here we go. Okay, I remember now. It was sideways. Yep, it was sideways like this, boys. Yeah. And then what you would do is, because it's still a pillar, and so then what he did is he'd take it and he'd place it like this almost, I think. Is that essentially... I can't really remember, but there was a way that we had it set up. I can't remember, boys, I swear. But you can just experiment with it, and it was really good. Like, zombies could not get into our base at all. Like, they couldn't because the cobblestone kept them from getting in, and we would just repair it. And it's a nice little, like, if you don't want to, like, build walls, you could just build that. But I am going to keep experimenting here a little bit to try to see if I can't come up with the same exact concoction we came up with. Because it was really good the way we had it set up, because they couldn't get in, but we could still get out, because we could crouch and then kind of get out like that. And I'm trying my damnedest to remember how we had that set up. Can you put plates on the ground here? Yeah, okay, so hang on. Maybe it was the plates first. And then we had... Oh shit, no, I didn't mean to place that there. And then if you come over here... Oh, boys, I think this is what it was. Okay. So we just have to turn this sideways now. Yeah. And then if you can place it correctly, kind of hard to do here. Because of the damn... Ugh. Up. Up. Oof. Give it to me, Chachi. Damn it. Okay, so maybe if I just... So it is kind of difficult to build here. Oh, here we go. I might be able to connect it now. Are you fucking my... What the fucking... There we go. Boom. Got it. Okay. And that is how we built it, or something like that. And then we could come up here. The zombies, they couldn't get past this, but we can crouch and get out like that. And it was a really, like, it took me a while to get the hang of it, but it's kind of like what you see here, just on a way smaller scale, because it was all compact. That's why I'm, like, I know what I'm showing you guys isn't necessarily correct in the way he did it, because it was real small the way he had it. Like, it was like, oh man. Let me see if I can't recreate it the best of my abilities. Okay. Yeah, and then the plates. Yep, this is... Yep. Yep, this is how he built it. And then he'd put the... He'd do the... I don't really know how he got up there, but... What he would do... is he would... And the reason this works is because they kind of sit on top of each other. Like, I know to you guys it kind of look like floating frames, but no, they're not. They're sitting on top of each other. But they are really floating. It's really weird. It's just the dynamics of the build. And so then what he would do is he would turn it around sideways. Like that. And that's how we had the build. It might have been switched around though, so this was actually where the plate is, so then it was actually like this and then the plate. It was like that and then the plate above it. But you guys can just experiment with that kind of build. I was just showing you guys that because it's really easy to make cobblestone stuff. Really easy to make cobblestone in the beginning, and like I said, it keeps the zombies out. Now, how you would want to do it with a building is a bit different. You'd still want like the steel doors with like, well, you'd want the steel doors with player blocks around to increase it. Now that really only matters in PvP, but considering most people play multiplayer nowadays, that's why it matters. And I think it also strengthens the blocks either way, I'm not sure. I don't think it's like, oh, this block is strengthened just for a player. I'm pretty sure it actually strengthens the block. Because that's what I was told, because I've had friends that played this game and they've just like sat on the forums just talking and trying to really learn from the devs like how shit works. Because this game, when it was still being worked on, was huge with the forums, and that's why it was sad, because this game it had a huge like customer service kind of thing. And a lot of games do that are still getting worked on, like ESO. If you look up the Elder Scrolls Online forums, like, yeah, they're pretty freaking huge, and the devs will post stuff, but that's because it's constantly being worked on. With this, it wasn't a big game, but it was still being worked on a lot. And so, you had a really small fan base that were really connecting with the developers of the game. Which is really cool in my eyes. But I'm just hoping Rust, you know, exceeds my expectations. Really hoping it does. And I really hope I can get PlayStation Plus by tomorrow. Because I am really wanting to get set up on Dayz. I'm wanting to stream some of that. Stream some of that Dayz and show you guys that group I'm in and get everything set up for them, because the way I'm gonna have it is I'm gonna have my base kinda out in the wilderness. I mean, it's a pretty simple place actually. They've changed the house a lot over the years, but it's one of those places like you have to know where it's at in order to find it, unless you've got the map. And even when it's like, it's so small on the map that you'd have to know where to look on the map to find it. And if you found it on the map without knowing where to look, I would be freaking surprised, man, because it's really hidden, you know? Because it's like, it's on the border of something really big, so it kind of gets hidden, and it's surrounded by woods, so it's like you've got a major city to the north, an airport to the southwest, and then like You've got a house with trees just all to your south. Like the southwest, and southeast have nothing but trees. And then the north, northwest, and northeast is nothing but clear plains. That's all it is. It's just clear plains. Like this. So you could literally look out the window, and if someone's coming up to your house from the north, northwest, or northeast, you'd see them. And with the woods, we just use it as a base, you know? And so we build around the house to the south, you know? Don't build to the north because that's where it's like clear, but build where all the trees are. And then, you know, or you don't even have to build. I like to use lockpicks in Dayz, but there was a lot of different stuff that started going on. Like, apparently now, if a player has a lockpick, they can unlock the door that you lockpicked. Not sure if that's entirely true, because it hasn't happened to me yet. And I've also heard that people have kind of died out on base raiding too, because it's so much harder now. Like, apparently, like, it is so specific. Like, if you want to raid a base, you have to do it this way, you know? And if you really, like, the easiest way to destroy a base is C4, satchel charges. And Dayz, that's the easiest way to destroy any building you possibly want. But on PS4, it is a 1 in a millionth chance to spawn. So that's like getting a gold weapon on Dying Light. Now think about that. Dying Light is a game where it's either single player or you have 3 other people with you. Okay? That is just insane to think about. Just think about those odds. Like, you have 60 players and only 1 in a million is gonna get a fucking satchel charge. Okay? That means that you'd have to be a part of 60 people at least a million times. Well, no, that wouldn't be right. It would just mean, like, you would have to join, like, you'd have to be in a session with at least, I mean, a million people in total in the end, like, to get it to even spawn for you, like. But they do keep that in consideration. Like, they monitor so, like, if you're in an official server, you don't leave that server. You constantly you're always on that server. Even if you die, you still stay on that server. Then yeah, it'll probably spawn if, like, I mean, here, let's look it up. I'll look it up real quick. I'll look up what the average traffic of a... What's the average traffic of an official server on Dayz in one day? Oh, okay. Okay, so it's not really giving me the answer to my question. That is pretty fucking specific because each server can only hold 60 people, right? Give or take. Most official servers, I think, hold 60 people, that's it. And so you've got 60 people, but 30 of them leave, okay? And then 30 new people come in. Okay, if you're staying in while all these new people are leaving and gumming and coming and going, that's gonna fuck with the ratio, because it's gonna be like taking into consideration all these new people who are like coming into the server and then leaving, you know? And that's an important thing. But I will also show you guys some servers that I play on when it comes to DayZ. I play on community PvE servers. That's really for building. And then when it comes to official, I play on first person only and a few official third persons, first persons. So yeah. I'm gonna show you guys a lot of good stuff. Fortunately, we don't have a fucking pot. How do we not have a pan? Oh, it was... Yep, it was on the tool belt. It had to be. Would have had to been on the tool belt. Okay. So, we're in a position to where most people... This is the point where most people stop playing the game. Because they were like, well, what do I do now other than what I've been doing, you know? And then that's when people started finding them out about making mines and forges. We're not gonna fuck with that shit right now. I want you to get it into your mind, take the forge, and say, fuck you. Just totally forget about the forge right now. Because, trust me. Or, well, I mean, that's not a very good reason. Like, oh, don't worry about a forge, just trust me. Like, I don't really want to be like day 38 with no forge, bro. You know, but, no, because once we get the workbench and once we get the cement mixer, it'll just be, you know, it'll be a breeze, because then we can start making glass, you know, or we can at least start making sand, and then that's when the forge is gonna really come in. That's when the forge is gonna be the most needed, you know? Okay, so I was gonna loot that house, but doesn't seem like I need water, but I need a pot. I bet God is above me, like, laughing like, ha ha ha, I bet you wish you had a forge now, bitch ass, so you could make a fucking pot to piss in. Oh, we did not. Okay, so we got mushroom spores. That's very lucky. That's extremely lucky. Like, guys, I don't really know. That is amazing. The reason why that is amazing is because I can easily turn those 2 mushrooms into 140. You know? That's not hard to do. And it's not the fact that, you know, like, it's just, whew, that's insane. That's insane. That really is insane. Okay, let's go ahead and get this door down. So if you guys are like me and like on the verge of dehydration, just search the houses nearby and go instantly for the refrigerators and the ovens. So right here, as you see, I just saved myself from dehydration, but that is not good enough in my eyes. I am going to use this time to continue looking for different things. Wrenches, because we need a wrench. We're gonna need a pot to boil water. So look for those items if you're at this point in the game. wrenches can mainly be found here at sinks, but is not a guaranteed find. Got a few job interviews today. For those of you guys who don't know, well, there's a few things about me personally that I haven't really been telling people. I plan on changing my name legally. It will no longer be Xavier Berger, whatever, however you want to pronounce that last name. You can say Berger, you can say Berger. I really don't give a shit because I'm trying to get rid of it anyway. So if you guys want to talk to me or anything, you guys can call me HovieaBright, or my first name is gonna be Apollo and my last name's gonna be Mercury. So you guys, either one, Apollo or Mercury, I don't really care. What else is going on? I moved to Michigan. Yep. So I'm moved into my aunt and uncle's place in Michigan now. It's real nice. We live on a lake. We got a jacuzzi. It is very nice here, very nice. I got 2 job interviews. I got one tomorrow, anytime I want, from either 9 a.m. to like 10 p.m. It's for Ace Hardware. And then I've got another one Monday for Dollar General here where I live in Brooklyn. And I'm really, because I feel like the girl at Ace Hardware is gonna hire, like, I feel like she's gonna want to hire me on the spot. And that'd be really nice to, like, know that someone wants to. But there's this really cute girl at the local Dollar General. That's the whole reason. I mean, rent is the biggest reason why I filled out the application, but it's like, a cute girl? Yeah. So, but I don't know, you know? I mean, I'm still searching for my Aquarius girl. I haven't found Aquarius, man. Like, a lot of the girls I've met have been Capricorns or Libras. And it's like, that is weird. Is every female a Capricorn or Libra now? But, I'm trying to go after a Japanese girl just because of their religion. Their religion's kind of the same as mine. I'm very spiritual. I believe that every person has a body, and that those bodies are just vessels. And I believe that they're vessels for souls. I believe that everybody has a soul. And, you know, when people ask me, like, well, then what's your take on, like, murderers and rapists and, like, really, like, fucked up people? It's a bit of two things, you know, like, there's gotta be some kind of degradation going on in the brain, like primal, it really leads to primal urges, you know, like a primal type of sexuality or a primal type of rage, you know? And I've listened to 911 calls, and a lot of the time, when the murderer calls 911, they're calm as fuck. And it's because the only reason why they killed the person they killed was because they flew into a massive rage. But I definitely think that's primal, because, I mean, you could have someone, like, a dude who works in the city in traffic, honking his horn, cussing at the world, but he's not gonna go and blow his boss's head off, you know? Because he has a respect for humans, you know? Or a respect for himself, or maybe even a respect for his shitty boss. But what I was leading up with that is that people who do bad things like that, I believe that their souls are just damaged. Like, they're damaged and diseased souls. You know, people who do those things. Now, people who have the urges, or people who have the thoughts, which, I mean, anybody could. it's natural, you know, to have those like thoughts and urges sometimes. And you know, like, I don't believe that those people's souls are bad in nature, you know, but I believe that has something to definitely do with the body, you know. So, and it could be like their soul is more sexually active, so that's why they have these urges to like just take a woman sometimes, you know. Or maybe like Aries, you know, all the Aries I have met, they're not necessarily aggressive in nature, but once you piss them off, you know, and so, and that's kind of my religion too. It's based off the zodiacs. And like, I believe that people are related to different gods because of their zodiac. So it's like, I'm a Gemini. So my sign stands for the twins of Castor and Pollux. Castor is the mortal son of man, and Pollux is the immortal son of the king of gods, Zeus. And so, and a lot of people don't know that because the sign's actually represented by two women. It has nothing to do with them. The women have nothing to do with the sign. It's just because of the element, which is air. The Gemini is said to be a sun sign, but I am more focused on the moon, which is really cool because I'll explain a lot of it in time, but sun and moon signs kind of like life and death. The sun represents the life and the moon represents death. And me as a Gemini and the people I've talked to, I am what's called a passenger or a dead passenger. And pretty much what that means is that I can connect with the dead. I feel very comfortable around like souls that are roaming the afterlife, stuff like that. And I help them move on, you know, like, I am kind of, think of it like this. Someone who dies, their soul is driving a car, okay? And I'm the passenger in that car, and I've got my hand on their hand like, it's okay, you can keep going, you know, and so kind of like encourage the souls to move on. I haven't ever dealt with harmful, like, I've never dealt with demons. I've never dealt with, like, hardcore spirits that want to hurt me. I've never dealt with anything that wanted to be attached to me. Everything I've ever dealt with was really just a spirit who couldn't move on and they just needed help, and so I, you know, helped them. And that's kind of what the Gemini, you know, like, the Gemini kind of resembles an infinity of life and death, you know? And that's my religion. Like, people believe, like, oh, death is death. When we die, it's just black. I don't believe that at all. The shit I have done by manipulating energy, I can't say that when I die, it's just gonna be black, you know? And to some people, that's a good thing. To some people, that's not a good thing, because, like me, like, I don't feel like when I die it's gonna be black, but I don't know what the fuck it's gonna be like, you know? Because I haven't died yet. And yeah, like, I sit here and I say, like, I've tried my best to help souls move on. That's true, man. But move on from where to where? Like, are they, because I can't see them, like, are they in my world? Are they in another world? You know? Am I helping them move on from this world to another world? Or am I helping them move on from the world they're in that I'm not to help them to the other world that they're not in, you know? Something like that. Is it 2 worlds? Is it 3? Or is it an infinite amount? Who knows? I don't know. But the main gist of it is that I believe that everybody has a soul, and that the soul is infinite. No matter they're good or bad, the soul is infinite no matter, like, if they're a good person or a bad person. But that will reflect not only on the person's body and in the person's life, but it will also reflect back onto them as a soul, you know? So, like, if I'm a good person and I help people as a human when I'm alive, I'm probably going to have a relatively peaceful afterlife, you know? But if you rape and murder as a gang, you're probably going to get torn to shreds by some fucking demon god and get butt fucked or some shit. Like, I mean, just saying, like, that's in my religion. And I mean, you could like, the thing is with it is, like, it goes off of a lot of different religions. Like, each religion, almost all the religions I've looked into, state something of the nature of, like, bodies are just vessels and everyone has a soul. And so I believe in that, but I don't necessarily believe in Christianity or Judaism or anything like that. I'm just very spiritual. And I also focus on witchcraft a lot. I guess you could say I'm also pagan, because I follow the Greek mythology. A lot of Wiccan practices. If you guys really want to know the true definition of my practices, it would be called a ceremonial witch. Now I know that sounds really messed up, and I don't even really... I hate the term witch. I hate being called a witch. I hate it. I really do. I hate it. But, so I call myself a ceremonial Apollo, because not only is Apollo what I want to change my name to, but it's also the name of Mercury, who is the Roman messenger god, which is the god of the Gemini, along with Zeus. So, but yeah, it's called Ceremonial Witch, and pretty much what that is it's like, you manipulate the energy around you to help souls. Or, I mean, I wouldn't say it's necromancy, because that's like taking a soul and putting it into a body. I don't do that kind of stuff. I don't fuck with that stuff. I just kind of like communicate with the souls that are about and help them move on, and even protect them sometimes. Like, if I know that I'm in a place that has bad spirits and good spirits, and that the bad spirits are like harassing the good ones, I will try my hardest to like set up defenses, like use energy and practices to kind of set up barriers to kind of keep them in place, you know? Because that's how the balance stays in place, you know? The balance of nature hangs on, you know, everything. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and eat this. We didn't find what we were looking for, but we did find food, so I guess that's a plus. So, okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and do this mission here. Craft as many arrows as I can. And then I am going to build an axe. Okay. So now we've got a pretty nice setup. We've got the bow, you know, so now we can snipe zombies in a sense. You know, we don't have to get close to them anymore. We can just plink them off. And there is, speaking of zombies, yeah, there's a zombie right over there. So we're just going to explore. I'm going to try my hardest not to die and not to starve to death or anything like that. That's going to be the biggest thing we're going to have to worry about. Starvation and dehydration. Because we have the stuff we need. Like, we have food. We have water. It's just we can't drink the water. We can eat the food, but... Well, actually, we don't have too much food. We have corn. But that'll keep us alive if we can get it hot. And so what you want to do with these guys, seeing how they block their face, hit them in the legs. Definitely aim for the legs. I'm telling you guys. No matter what zombie game it is, dead. I have, like... Aiming for the legs is one of the best things in zombie games that I've ever noticed. Like, Zombie Army, you blow their legs off. Resident Evil, you blow their legs off. You know, and that's the thing. In this one, you can blow their legs off, but it was mainly about that execution style that you guys just saw me pull off with that. Like, how I shot him in the leg until... You know, like, his kneecap busted out of place, and so he fell. You know, he couldn't stand on his knee anymore, so he fell. Giving me a pure headshot. And you don't have to... You can switch up the execution however you like, you know? You can have it to where you shoot him in the leg with a bow, but then, you know, you... stab him in the face with a knife, you know, so you don't have to waste the bullets on his head after you shoot him. Just shoot him enough times to drop him down to one knee, and then after that, you can use whatever weapon you want to execute him at point blank range. Uh-oh, I want some more. Uh-oh. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Take a bite of my heart tonight. Uh-oh, I want some more. Uh-oh, what are you waiting for? Why are you froze? Okay, guys. Okay, so 7 days looks to have stopped. So before we go, like, I'm gonna leave the vid off here. Before I end the video here, though, I am going to say that it has been confirmed that if you pre-order Rust, you can play the beta. So if you want to play the beta, you can play the beta if you pre-order it. I am going to try my hardest to pre-order, like, the best edition I possibly can, because it looks cool as hell. But, alright guys, so yeah, I'll probably post another video later today of this game. Yeah, alright guys, have a good one.